I know, same look for this video, but I filmed 2 videos in one day. Sorry about it, not really. Hey guys, it's Kat Presley here today, the grandma of YouTube. Kat Sketch, your friendly neighborhood makeup artist here. We are going to do a very important video. I'm gonna do a chit chat, get ready with me, but the topic on this video is so crucial, especially if you wear makeup on a daily basis, but especially if you want to be a professional makeup artist and you say you are, and you don't follow some of these steps, because we are going to talk about little makeup tips that I found that could help you throughout your day, but most importantly, how to disinfect your life. This is disinfectant spray. I'm going to be talking about disinfectant sprays, how to disinfect and safely sanitize your makeup, because I have been out here, disinfect our hands and our life. These baby hairs, man, I could like make a whole nother wig just with my baby. What is with, look at that. Let me put my hair up while I talk about this and get started. I've been out here seeing people that claim they work for huge companies and claim they're a makeup artist when they do their own makeup on the floor of a bathroom in a trash bag with their makeup brushes in a trash bag. Then they get a sty and wonder how that happened. And no, styes do not just come from you putting dirty stuff on your face. Some people just get them and are prone to them. I know that. Styes is when you get like your eye like pussy and ready. It's not my favorite. So that's very important. I'm gonna tell you how to not do that and how to not be germ ridden around your makeup clients, which is so important. I feel like no one does a video about this, and I'm gonna do one today while I put on my makeup, because if I do a serious video showing you how, I should actually showing you how to properly wash your makeup brushes more than once a week. Well, I have enough makeup brushes personally to do once a week, but not everybody does. You should be doing so much more. Oh, makeup tip. If you have dry skin like me during the winter time and your face loves to showcase, like, dry skin flakes for sale. We have dry skin flakes just everywhere during the winter time. Oil is your friend. I'm using a mixture of all natural certified organic jojoba oil and a little bit of rosehip oil because I'm 30 and rosehip oil helps with more mature skin. So you could just pat it in. That's what you want to hear. Plump skin. And don't forget the neck. Don't forget sunscreen and apply your products from here to your neck. And if you're doing set makeup, put it on the ears a little bit too, and don't just stop here. Put it everywhere, okay? Oh, I love the smell of jojoba oil. That's a little makeup tip on how to get your foundation to blend smoothly. Every time I touch my face, I disinfect it. I'm also super excited today to try out new makeup like the Too Faced Pretty Rich. Oh my gosh, this collection. It looks like boxes of jewelry that your eyeshadows and makeups are in. But I'm gonna make something that's not as pretty and cute. I'm gonna do dark fantasy makeup like I told you guys I would be doing. I've tried this in the past and I heard my makeup artist friend said it was too light for me, which is weird because a makeup artist specialist at Too Faced swatched and told me that swan's my color, but we don't know that. So let me put this foundation on. So another tip is you don't need beauty blenders to do your makeup. I'm actually going to do my makeup all today without a beauty blender. You don't need expensive tools to do your makeup. You don't even need a beauty blender because I forgot to even wet mine, so we're not gonna even use one. That does look light. Does that not? We'll warm up my face with my favorite new bronzer. Why does it smell like Christmas? A lot of people, when they do their makeup, they feel like they have to be a contour queen and contour their nose, everything else, your eyelid, just everything. And to be honest with you, I don't ever contour my nose anymore because with my shaped nose, I just feel like it's overwhelming and I don't need it really that much. Maybe I do, and I don't like contouring my nose. It's as simple as that. So I just don't do it. But when you're doing professional makeup on a set, a lot of the times for TV and movie, we don't heavy contour, we barely contour. You don't even need contour. Don't worry too much about it. Contouring is like algebra. You know, they really stress to you, some people, how important algebra is. And algebra is not useful today whatsoever. Maybe if you're a carpenter, but if you're working behind a desk at a 9-to-5 job, we're not gonna usually need algebra. I know some teachers might be mad at me right now. This makes me look dead. But I don't need no algebra. I don't need all that heavy contour. Another great tip is when you're putting your mascara on, you don't want to transfer to your eyelid and get messy, because you could easily do that. You could use a post-it note, just like right here, and then put the mascara so it hits the post-it note, your mascara one, and it doesn't hit your face. You can flip your eyelash curler like this while you're putting on your mascara so it'll hit the eyelash curler and not your eyelid. Yeah, I definitely think this foundation's too light for me. Darn it. You know, because mascara can be really hard sometimes, especially if you're in a rush. I would get a post-it note so it doesn't hit that eyelid. That's just a tip that I found. And like I said, you don't need a beauty blender. I feel like you use less product and get a nice application if you don't use a beauty blender. If you just blend with a brush very, very well. See how fast I was just blending the concealer on my nose? You don't need no beauty blender, girl. You don't need it, because beauty blenders are so expensive. Even if you buy the dupes, like what, they're $5 to $7 of the beauty blender, you could, you still have to keep buying it every few months because they like destroy itself. But look how fast that was. It's just as fast as the beauty blender. What I love is dual fiber brushes like this for under the eyes that are nice and fluffy so you're not dragging your eye skin. As weird as that sounds. And then I get my Tarte Shape Tape powder with a brush that looks like this. Just lightly set that under eye. We're not doing the top part because that's what we're gonna do our eye look on today. These are my favorite lashes lately. You should cut your lashes in half. You can even do 3 parts. And it's easier to apply and they stay on better, and it almost feels like you're not even barely wearing lashes. I could tell that this foundation's too light because it's not matching my concealer. How embarrassing, but I'm excited to try this. So before I tell you how to remove your makeup, well, let me just tell you that now because I'm not gonna do it on camera because that'd be dumb. I'm filming another video after this. But I would use something like a Take the Day Off Balm by Clinique. This is the cheaper version by the Cream Shop. And you could use like a coconut oil or olive oil to actually take, this melts your makeup into, you look like a grease ball. But if you do that and then use some face wash or a makeup remover wipe, and then the last step, I would use a face wash to wash that off, is using like a glow tonic by Pixi or like a micellar water. That'll just get away everything. So let me go into this Kohl Under Pressure, and I'm gonna blow this look out to my, ooh, that's pigmented, yes. I'm gonna blow this out to my brow and even up in here. But let's talk sanitization, shall we? So this summer, I had a job. I've been doing makeup professionally for 5 years. I not only do YouTube, I do set jobs now too. I do jobs for companies, for the internet, and off the internet. And a lot of people who are on social media and they're makeup artists, okay, so you could be self-taught makeup artists, but there's just some things with makeup, if you're gonna be on a set job doing clients' makeup, you really need to take a class or something on sanitization, because I cherish what I learned from makeup school. And I'm not saying, again, that if you don't go to makeup school, you're not a makeup artist. But there's so much important information, especially sanitization. And with effects makeup, you do use chemicals that I feel like you need to also know how to perform with those without, because you could injure someone when it comes to effects makeup, especially like stuff like rigid collodion. Anyways, so I was on set, a job with another influencer, and we had to share clients and do face paints on children, people, a lot of people. And this person, we had to use aqua paints to do these face makeups. They were dipping their brushes the same water for every single person. meaning the skin cells from the first person they put makeup on, those dirty skin cells, well, their skin cells, not saying that they're dirty, but most skin cells, when they get dirty, they naturally fleck off. They're going into that water and on other people's faces. And people don't think about this. They don't think about bringing hand sanitizer, not just that, but if you have pans of face paint for a professional job, I'm not trying to sound mean or angry, you need something like this. This is isopropyl, almost perfume grade alcohol, 99% by volume, sprayable alcohol. You can only get this from professional makeup stores. I'll put a link down below. When you're on a job and you have a pan of dry makeup, like a face paint, you need to spray the pan after every client and wait for it to completely dry, because you can't put wet alcohol on someone's face, it'll burn their skin. Wait for it to completely dry, then it's sanitary. I don't know what alcohol they use at Sephora and other like makeup stores like MAC that they have in the little bottles, but this one is 99% proof alcohol, okay? This activates the alcohol palettes. It's so powerful. And it really disinfects. And it just bugs me that people are saying they're professional and that they don't do sanitary practices at a professional job, because if someone gets an infection and I'm working with that person, they're gonna think that I was the one that got the person an infection when we just had similar clients. There's so many things with makeup that you have to be careful with, because you're putting foreign objects so close to your skin, your eyes, your eye leaks tears and fluid. You know, your skin is one of the biggest organ. It has open pores, it absorbs things. You have to be very careful what people are sensitive to. You have to know what are some latex-free eyelash glues. You have to ask the person if they're sensitive to everything. If they're sensitive to anything, you have to have a palette to put your foundation on. You can't just, you know how Instagram people put their foundation dripped onto their face? That's no. In professional makeup, put it on a clean palette and then go from there. Your eyeshadow palettes, you need to spray with the 99% after each person. Wait for it to completely dry. It doesn't take that long to dry. Then you could use it on the next person. When you use eyeliner, do not, please don't get a pen or an inkwell eyeliner, put it on one person, put it back in, and put it on the next person. I've gotten an eye infection from someone doing that to me, putting makeup on my face. Do not either do that with mascara. This is my mascara. I don't use this on set. I have tubes of mascara that I use for set jobs that I don't put on my eyes. And when you use the mascara for other clients, you're not using this to put it on their eyes. You're using a disposable mascara wand. Because if you put it on your eye, put it back in, you're putting their eye germs into this tube and infecting the whole tube. That's why this is just for my eye. This has only been on my eyes. I don't want to seem angry. I'm just explaining. I need to do a whole video. Is this the video about it? Maybe. I don't want people to get hurt. You could get hurt like with big red eyes from infection. And it makes me so sad, especially even a kid's face painting party. You need to hire someone so professional. I don't want to see a person dipping the same dirty waters and putting it on all the little babies' faces, the precious little angels' faces. I want to see, this is an Evian spray. It's really dirty because I've used it this is the one for my studio and I have one for my kit. This is clean water already in a spray that you could buy, and then you spray the palette so that the water's sealed, not dirty, in here. So I'm not dipping water into tap water onto people's faces. People do not think about how they're gonna harm other people with their comments, with the germs. It just drives me nuts. For this being a shimmer, it blends like a matte, this black eyeshadow. Let's talk about another very important sanitization rule for makeup. Disinfect my hands, just do this. So if you use makeup brushes, you need to wash those suckers at least once a week. I do it even more than that, but I'm lucky. I could do it once a week because I use a new brush every time it, like if I use a blush brush, it's only gonna be the blush brush for that makeup look, and then it's dirty to me. And then I'll put it in a pile of dirty brushes. And then that pile won't ever touch my face again until I wash them. And if you use dish soap to wash your brushes, why? Dish soap has chemicals in it that could be not good for people who have sensitive skin. Dish soap, if you use it on makeup brushes with natural hairs in it, not all makeup brushes are made with synthetic hairs, you will be damaging the hairs on your brushes with dish soap without even knowing it. And it's so sad that you're gonna be ruining brushes that are probably expensive. What I wash my brushes with, I don't have the tried and true way. I've just been washing makeup brushes for so long that I found a way that works for me, and that's safe and sanitary. I use the bar soap from Beauty Blender. Not only that, I suds it up, wash it with one of those scrubbies like the Sigma Activating, or the Beauty Blender has one too. You scrub it. I need to do a video showing this. You get the suds, scrub it. You scrub it again with suds again, because just because it's showing suds and you rinse those suds out does not mean it's clean. And I do that twice, and then when it's all rinsed out, all of the soap is rinsed out, you want to dip your brush in either Cinema Secrets blue brush cleaner, or what I like to do as well, I do that if I'm doing professional brushes on other people to get super, super, super deep clean. But I use 70% alcohol because it has the right amount of disinfectant and water to it, to where it'll moisturize your brushes with water and some disinfectant to where it won't dry out the bristles. And then you rub that on a paper towel to see if you got everything out while it's still wet with alcohol. And then you have to dry them with the brush like this, hanging upside down. And I have holders for this. I feel weird that I touched that, so it's dirty to me. When you get someone to do your makeup for weddings or anything else, your proms, anything like that, please look at how they are safely being sanitary to your face. And don't be afraid to call people out on their BS of not being sanitary on your skin, your organ, your skin. You don't have to be mean about it. You could be like, hey, can you please disinfect this before putting that on my skin? Can you please get a brand new mascara or disposable mascara wand in a mascara thing I know is clean before you put it on my skin? I would rather someone politely tell me that way. I mixed a little bit of the lighter shadow. Wow. I'm highly impressed, Too Faced. Look at that. Taking the lighter shadow, clutch your pearls. Putting it right here. Oh my gosh, it has a pink shift. I love a hollow or a shift. I'm impressed. Since this looks not the right color to my foundation, I'm going to fix that. Don't worry, friends. And I am not dipping my powder brush into my container. These ones are for me, so I could. But when you're on a set, you might want to get, these are little ramekins that you get from Amazon or whatever. Or you could get plastic ones from the Dollar Tree or the dollar store. To put your powder, dip it in there so you don't dip the same powder and brush on everyone's face. You need to think about stuff like this if you're doing professional makeup on people. Even this, I would spray this if I was on set. While I'm bronzing my face, let's talk about another good sanitization tip. When you are doing someone's makeup, I hate to say it, but sometimes presentation speaks volumes. When you're doing makeup, you have to be like your own brand. You need to clean not only your tools, we talked about brushes and we talked about makeup, cleaning that, but you need to clean your dang fingernails. I can't believe I have to tell people this sometimes, but when you're doing professional makeup, you have to have, like, I have manicure nails. People were surprised when I show up on set because I will have a freshly manicured nail polish with a neutral color, just freshly manicured. That speaks volumes for a set job. I recently did a thing with Disney and I turned people into villains and their pets. And I came on that set, girl. I came early. I came prepared. I came with everything organized, and I came with freshly manicured nails that were taupe, and they were highly impressed by my arrival on that set and the taupe nails. They're like, oh, we were gonna buy your manicure for you. I'm like, I got it. I'm not mean to brag on myself, but I'm trying to teach you guys a little something. This looks like a brush that went through dish soap if it was natural hair. Another thing that's really good tip, if you don't have like super expensive makeup, it's not giving you the exact pigmentation you want, you just get some MAC Fix Plus is my favorite, or setting spray. Spray your brush, dip that baby into your, oh, look at her. Oh. If they have a candle that smells like MAC Fix Plus, I swear, oh my gosh, who's gonna know that I had a concealer that was a little too dark? They're not gonna know now, because look at that. Oh, this is a lifesaver. You can't blend with a wet brush and shadow or highlighter, but what you can do is give some pigment and pow. If I have a eyeshadow that I want to be more pigmented, I'll get a flat brush like this, spray her with the MAC Fix Plus, dip her in that shadow, and wherever you put that shadow, let me show you. Wherever you put that shadow, she will come out pigmented as can be. Watch. And then you can't blend it out. You have to get a dry brush, and I'll get only one part of that shadow and leave the rest of it dry. Look at how much more pigmented that black's gonna be. So we're just patting, right? Because you can't like do swirly blending motions because it's gonna come out patchy. And then whatever you left dry, you dip it with a fluffy brush to blend it. You can't blend with swiping motions with a wet shadow though. It'll just come out weird. If you can, tell me your witchcraft. Oh, sis. And then what we do is we get another blending brush, but she's gonna be just bare naked. And she is going to just blend those edges. I feel like a 90s queen. I love a Cupid's bow highlight. It's not a cat sketch look if she doesn't have a Cupid's bow highlight. I like to make my Cupid's bow the star of the show. Now, I'm gonna do some dots of liner to mimic that in the same shape, but with dots over here. Even over the highlighter. Like I said, it's gonna be a dark fantasy, weird look. And if you use those sponges that come in the makeup palette that you buy continuously, the same dirty sponge, please stop doing that. It's so not good for your skin. You're just taking your old dirty skin from the last time you did makeup and putting that back on your skin. We forgot brows. Also, another important thing about sanitization is to look at and think about dates when your makeup expires. I think lipsticks, they only have like 6 to 12 months. You can look it up online. Oh, and if you don't have like Fix Plus to wet the shadows, you could also use eye drops because they're just as safe to put near your eye to make it more pigmented where I showed you. So I hope you guys don't take this video as me shouting at you, because I'm just making sure that you're safe with makeup. This palette though, gotta put the mascara that I've only used on myself, no one else. This is another tip I do. Cannot stand how much mascara comes out on mascara wands. So I drag it across the top to get the extra mascara, because I rather do thin layers of mascara instead of like multiple thin layers instead of one thick tar-like black mascara wand filled with thick gunk. I'll do, oh, I hate when that happens. You need to move to here. Wait for that to dry. I'm gonna put lashes on while I'm waiting for that to dry. I know I look crazy. But these are lashes that I already cut in half. Oh, make sure to clean your lashes too with that 99% alcohol spray. So many people keep using the same dirty lashes. It's not good. You should clean them. I have my dirty lashes separate container from my clean ones are still in packaging. And then I clean them and put them in little Daiso lash containers. And I label maker them. A label maker and a makeup artist are like a match made in heaven. I make sure also that I buy new liner every 6 months, 4 to 6 months, depending on how long they last, if they dry out or expire. This color alone is worth the palette. Color Clutch Your Pearls. Put a little bit of those pigment glitters. Also, when you're being a makeup artist, you need to be safe on what's cosmetic grade glitter and not, because if you're putting craft glitter on your eyeballs, you could literally glow. not glow, go blind, because there are shards of plastic that are going to be foreign objects in your actual eye. Not good stuff. That could literally blind people. I am not joking. Now lipstick, I've been obsessed with these Revlon cushion lip tints. When you're doing someone's lipstick too on a set, you don't want to just directly from the lip thing. This one's gonna be mine, of course. You want a lip brush. You put this on a palette and then get your palette and your brush. That's how you put on lipstick. What you see here me do on myself on YouTube is not what I do practice on set. I can't even stand sometimes when people swatch my makeup without asking me, because it's dirty zone. And then when they leave, I'm at my house disinfecting everything. Getting the gloss. Yes. Oh, I'm in love. Oh, I forgot about this. And it's like nothing happened. Then now, let's fix this and we will be done. It's giving me Rocky Horror vibes. I also feel like the Crow. That's such an old reference that no one's gonna get but this grandma. So that's the end of my video. I hope it didn't seem like I was yelling at you too much. I just want to put that information out there. If you're doing professional makeup on a professional set or as a job on other people's faces, I would just want you to be sanitary and clean, and other people to be too. I don't want people to get eye infections and stuff like that. So leave me a comment down below if you'd like to see more thorough, in-depth how I clean my makeup brushes and other things like that on sanitization, on set, with jobs, with makeup, because a lot of pro makeup artists, some people, they're just like not being safe on makeup with people's faces, and it makes me so incredibly sad, and it's super dangerous. So I absolutely loved trying this. It was amazing, and the lip gloss was great too. These pigments, so nice, and they look like jewelry boxes. The highlighter, they're both great. I love it. I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell if you want to see Makeup Mondays and Effects Fridays. Of course, we are going to do those too. I hope you guys have enjoyed the videos. There's so much more to come, and I love you all. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!